In other news, as national lawmakers continue to argue about immigration reform, thousands of children separated from their parents who tried to enter the country illegally wait and wonder about their futures, and they become the poster children of what's become an emotional debate. But while they wait for laws to change, who looks out for their needs, and when were they likely to be reunited with their parents? Well, those are some of the tough questions that our Jane Caffrey heard when she visited one of the border detention centers. Jane.
Well, he's citing privacy concerns. The Department of Health and Human Resources Services tightly controls access to the inside of these shelters all across the U.S. I did, however, have access to the church groups and volunteers who offer whatever help they can to migrant children. For them, it's not political, it's about humanity. They can address basic needs of these children, but one thing they cannot provide is the comfort and love of a parent.
¿Por qué lloras? ¿Quieres hablar con tu papá?
New video released today was secretly recorded last week by a former worker inside a New York facility for unaccompanied migrant children. But migrant children longing for their moms and dads is a sight that volunteer Juanita Valdez-Cox says she's seeing in South Texas.
The children are crying. That's when you think about they need their mothers.
Roughly 2,000 migrant kids remain in 100 shelters across 17 states. Valdez-Cox wonders how and when these kids will be reunited with their families.
A 9-month-old baby boy, a 1-year-old baby girl. How can they know who the parents are for these children, especially the very young that can't say their name or their parents' name?
Beyond the trauma of being alone, many kids who recently crossed the border are also sick.
What I'm hearing from doctors that have been here, they've seen a number of children after they leave the detainment facility that have fevers to 102, 103, are dehydrated, are malnourished.
And with hundreds of migrant children being held here, the nation's largest immigrant processing center, Texas pediatricians are concerned about infectious diseases and other health hazards.
If you've got hundreds of kids in close proximity, infectious diseases are going to spread.
Dr. Aaron Bodansky traveled to the Ursula Detention Center in McAllen from Houston, representing 122 other pediatricians. The Departments of Homeland Security and Health and Human Services say they're providing medical care to migrant children there. Bodansky wanted to see for himself, but was unable to get access.
I can't rest easy until I can say the civilian pediatricians here agree with the Health and Homeland Services. This is an emergency.
Meanwhile, hundreds of immigrants continue to arrive in the U.S. and are processed in federal court every day, like this mom and her 17-year-old daughter who say they fled gang violence in El Salvador. Because they were sponsored by family members in the U.S., mom and daughter were not separated at the border, but they say that fear loomed over them.
Duele que los separen de los hijos. No es justo de que hagan eso, porque nosotros sabemos cómo los sacamos adelante a ellos y de que aquí nos separen, pues nosotros sufrimos.
Now these two will move forward together with their immigration cases. But for the thousands of migrant kids still apart from their moms and dads, many worry not only about immediate needs, but also the long-term psychological impact.
Of course they're going to suffer trauma. We don't know what that's going to look like in the children once they are older.
The Trump administration has released a plan for reuniting the thousands of families separated at the border. Under the plan, those children will be kept in custody until parents' deportation proceedings are completed. Then families will either be reunited before deportation or after the parent applies to serve as the child's sponsor. And the executive order signed by President Trump last week has ended the practice of separating families at the